Hey guys, I just wanted to make a quick video today explaining my full build on Kayle Support. So at 750 gold at the start of the game, you'll go ahead and go back to base and buy Tear of the Goddess and Dark Seal. And then for boots, you would want to choose between these three. To be honest, you don't really need to consider Sorcerer's Shoes unless you're planning on going a full AP build. I would just stick to Lucidity boots or Swiftness. But maybe in my previous videos you would have noticed that I haven't built any because I'm usually lacking item slot space because I'm building both these two items, Tear of the Goddess and Dark Seal. So yeah, you can choose between these, but I find myself not really building boots at all, in my personal opinion. Now moving on to your main items. So you're going to be choosing between Shurelia's and then Moonstone. You only want to go Shurelia's if your team doesn't have any movement-based champions. Like, say you have an Ashe, for example. Maybe you want to be a bit faster and you want to get closer to enemies or maybe disengage from enemies. So you would go You would go Shurelia's here. But if you're confident with your team and you're confident that they have enough dashes, then you can just go Moonstone Renewal. But honestly, I feel like Moonstone Renewal is probably the best starting item for Kayle Support. Moving on to your second item, you can either choose between Ardent Sensor or Staff of Flowing Water. Honestly, these two items on Kayle, both of them at the same time, is really good. If you can manage to get them in time, that is. But it just depends, like, what you build first depends on what your ADC is and what majority of your team is. If your team is a full AD team comp, you'll want to go Ardent Sensor. Or maybe even if they're full AD, actually, yeah, you would. Because I was gonna say, even if they were a full AD team comp, but they rely a lot on their abilities, you can just go ahead and get Staff of Flowing Water. But I guess not really, because that would be a waste of stats, right? Just giving you and your team 40 ability power. What's the point of that? But that goes to say, if they're an AP caster team, majority based, you would want to go Staff of Flowing Water over Ardent Sensor in terms of second item. But if it's evenly matched, you can go both of them. Maybe just stick with whatever your ADC is at the time. So maybe Ardent Sensor, just go ahead and build that if they're like an AD based ADC, or if they're something like a Malzahar example from one of my last games, you go ahead and build Staff of Flowing Water second item. So you can choose between these two items for your second, or you can build both of them for your second and third. Just you pick which one you go first based off your ADC. And then now after building your first three items, you want to go into pretty much just any situational items. As you can see, I have Imperial Mandate here. So if you have your slows mixed in, your Q slows mixed in with Rylai's possibly, and you have Imperial Mandate, that's going to be doing a lot of extra damage, 10% current health damage apparently. So yeah, Imperial Mandate wouldn't be too bad. It would be pretty nice, but you would have to make sure you land your Qs. Rylai's Crystal Scepter, honestly really underrated, I feel. It's really nice having that slow effect. You do a massive amount of AoE damage, so, well, not really a massive amount, but you'll be doing a lot of AoE, so you'll be able to apply the Rylai's Crystal. You'll be able to apply the slow quite easily, especially if you land your Q. Now next is the defensive option, Zhonya's. Always go Zhonya's, the classic. If they have something like a Zed, just go Zhonya's. You know, annoy the shit out of them. I remember one time I went Zhonya's on Kayle Support and I was bursting a Master E and I just ulted, and then as soon as I had my ult came out, I just Zhonya's straight away, and then he couldn't do anything for like 5 seconds, 6 seconds, whatever. Anyway, Zhonya's is really nice on Kayle. You can possibly buy this either last item or second last item, depending how you feel. Next is Melanomicon. Oh, isn't there another healing support item with this? No, they got rid of it. Well, yeah, Melanomicon, you can go this if you really need to, but honestly, I feel like Kayle doesn't really apply it very well, because she has to be continuously damaging the enemy, right? It's really up to you if you want to build this item, but I personally don't think it's that good. There is possibly better items out there, but this is if you really need the Grievous Wounds, if the enemy team has a lot of healing on their team. Now next, Malignant. This is honestly such an underrated item. I think it's really good. It's just that, you know, you have to go through some of your other support items, and then you finally get to this, and it kind of diminishes the benefits of its passive. Having of its ultimate ability here kind of diminishes it, because by the time you get to it, it's already going to be like halfway through the game, and you won't really be able to get that many extra ults off. So if you wanted to go like a full AP damage build, maybe build this item straight away. But Malignance is really nice, even if you don't build it straight away. Regardless, Rabadons, I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. Just buffs everything, buffs all your AP ratios. Now, Dawncore. I've tried experimenting with Dawncore in a practice custom game. To be honest, it's nice. It's really nice, I feel, but it's not great. It's basically just stats. It doesn't really have that much of a passive or ability. It's just stats. So if you want to increase your heal, if you want to heal max at all, if you want to heal max a lot, then you'll probably want to go this, because it scales with your mana, right? Your mana regeneration. It increases the healing and shielding power. I think I got it to like plus 16. Oh no, it is already plus 16. I think I got it like plus like what, 24, maybe 30, or something like that in the custom game when I stacked a bunch of healing items that all had mana regeneration on them. Anyway, moving on to Michael's Blessing. Anyway, this is basically just the support items version of the QSS. Really nice item, honestly. In one of my older videos 5 years ago, I saw that I built it, and I ended up QSSing an Aatrox on my team. And honestly, it's pretty nice. It's worth going, I reckon, if the enemy team has a lot of non-knockup based stuns. So yeah, this is a pretty good item. It's really situational. And then next is the support, the Tear of the Goddess support item. This, honestly, I don't really read too much into this item, see what it does. Yeah, basically just increases your healing and shielding power. Landing abilities, grants full max mana. Okay, well, I guess that's it. It doesn't show me what it transforms into, unfortunately. I don't know why. I'll have to look at it if I can find it, that is. Oh, really? Anyway, it's another... You're going to be building Tear of the Goddess, so may as well get that item, right? Or you can look into some of the other ones. You can look into Archangel Staff for the shielding. Yeah, it's really just between those two. The support, Whispering Circlet, and then the Archangel Staff. It's between those. A shield for yourself, a big shield, that is. And just extra healing and shielding power to your W, which I would probably go for most likely myself. Here we have Redemption. I personally don't use this item that often. I should try using it more. I should try testing it out. I just don't trust myself with landing the effect, so that's why I tend not to build it. But it is very nice. It would be very interesting to use it there. I mean, you could apply AoE heal to your whole team and give everyone Ardent Sensor and stuff for Flowing Water if you manage to get it off right. Echoes of Healer. This item, while in theory it does sound good on Kayle, in practice I don't really feel like it does work very well with her, because if you're close enough to auto, like sure you can get a couple autos in here and there, but if you're sticking around too much for too long, then you're most likely just going to get engaged on. And since you're building support and you're building relatively squishy items, like not many of these have health, right? Moonstone Renewal has health and everything else doesn't, right? But only a couple of them have a bit of health. I don't really think this Echoes of Heal is that good, and the healing is pretty negligible as well. Yeah. And then lastly, I have Navori Flickerblade here. I honestly, while I was making this build, I was thinking like, hell yeah, if we can get a couple autos off, if we can continuously auto attack. I mean, that kind of works with Echoes of Heal there, right? Imagine that. There's some combos here with Imperial Mandate and Rylai's, and then there's Echoes of Healer and Navori Flickerblade. Those are two separate combos, which I would say are pretty entertaining to watch. Pretty entertaining. But no, yeah, back to Navori, because it gives you that passive ability, reduces your cooldown, your basic ability cooldowns by 15% per auto. Honestly, extremely underrated. I feel like this item is just OP by its effect. This item's OP by its effect alone. I don't really care too much about the stats. Having the increased attack speed is honestly one of the best things about this. The passive is the best thing about this, but having the increased attack speed is just a bonus. So if you can auto minions, if you can auto anything basically to get your more W's off, more heals off, that'll be very beneficial. That's why I just chucked it on here. I thought I might test it out sooner or later. But yeah, these are just situational items, and then these are the core items you want to be building, right? Now, if I had to say what's the absolute best Kayle support build in terms of healing, then it would have to be Moonstone Renewer, Ardent Sensor, Staff of Flowing Water, then maybe Michael's Blessing, Michaela's Blessing, whatever it's called. Then I would say Dawn Core, and then you'll probably want to finish off your support. Sorry, not your support. You want to finish off your Tear of the Goddess item, and I think you have one more item left after the Dawn Core. You can choose to go Redemption, or yeah, I'll probably say Redemption here. There's not many healing items in the game in general. It's either Redemption or you choose Echoes of Healer. Actually, no, this thing doesn't even have any healing and shielding power to it. So that's literally it. You're building everything here. So Whispering Circlet, Ardent Sensor, Redemption, Michaela's Blessing, Staff of Flowing Water, Dawn Core, and then Moonstone Renewer. But that's probably more than the limit, right? So okay. So first item, Moonstone. Second item, Ardent. Third item, Staff. Fourth item, where are you? Micah's Blessing. Fifth item, Dawn Core. And then if you don't have boots, or if you've already sold your Dark Seal, you want to get Redemption, I guess. And then, oh wait. That's excluding Tear of the Goddess. You want to finish up building your Tear of the Goddess item. So maybe just go this instead of Redemption. Honestly, Redemption's really nice, but I guess if you already have an item slot, if you've already stacked Tear of the Goddess all the way up, then you may as well just build this. Huh? Wait, did I say Dawn Core? I mean, Dawn Core is really nice, but yeah, that's if you just want to go heal maxing. But yeah, that's pretty much the full build for Kayle. So I'll just repeat that again for the third time. Moonstone, Ardent, Staff of Flowing Water, Michael's Blessing, maybe Dawn Core, and Whispering Circlet to finish off your Tear of the Goddess item. But yeah, that's the absolute best Kayle support build I can think of. I would still like to try out some new things. I'm trying out different rooms. My last game I played with Kayle support, I tried Arcane Comet. While it wasn't the best, I didn't really get that far into the game, and my team did just absolutely feed, especially the top laner. But enough about that. So yeah, that's the full Kayle build. I hope you're pleased with this, and I'm curious to hear your sponsors. If you guys have any recommendations, any items, or maybe even a different build entirely, like a damage-based Kayle support build, a full AP build, or a crit build. I feel like Kayle can do a lot of builds, all besides tank. She just can't do tank. Because like, what is she gonna do? Like, walk in there and get hit? Bro, everyone's gonna ignore you. Or they'll just one-shot you, because Kayle doesn't really have any defensive abilities besides the W and her ult. But yeah, she can access a lot of builds besides tank. But that would be pretty interesting if someone actually did manage to like pull out a tank Kayle support game. But yeah, lastly, I would probably try making another video about Imperial Mandate and Rylai's, because honestly that sounds really interesting. Maybe it'll be a full AP Kayle support game with Comet. I would try. So yeah, that'll probably be my next game if I can manage, that is. So yeah, alright. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.